what we are able to do right now, it will be easily done by the AI. So based on what we are going to call like human beings intelligent.
You'll never find therefore AI suicidal. You'll never find AI falling in love. You'll never find AI sacrificing its life for the sake of something noble. The only thing unique and peculiar to you is that's the only thing that the machine that does not have. What then is your USP? How then do you stand in front of a machine? That's what makes you special. That's the only thing that separates you from a machine.
Acharya ji, I have another question on spiritual intelligence. So recently I was reading an article where it was talking about how the share prices of big firms, because an American company which is Anthropic, I think, and they have developed a AI agent, and due to that AI agent is able to analyze the data, also prepare the reports, everything. So due to that development, the share prices of the big firms have come down. In future, spiritual intelligence will matter more, and because what we are able to do right now, it will be easily done by the AI. So based on what we are going to call like human beings intelligent, what are the reasons for that?
The only thing that AI does not have, and this thing will surprise you, there is something you don't expect to hear probably, is the body. What does AI not have? It does not have the human body. And since it doesn't have the human body, therefore it doesn't have the human ego. And what you're calling as spiritual intelligence is actually the ego looking at itself. For the ego to honestly look at itself, first of all, the ego must exist, right? For spiritual intelligence to be there, what's the definition of spiritual intelligence? The honest ability and intent of the ego to look at itself. So that's spiritual intelligence. So for spiritual intelligence to exist, first of all, ego must exist, right? If there is no ego, what will the ego look back at? There is neither the looker nor the object to be looked at. Ego looking at itself is spirituality. So SI or SQ demands the ego. And for the ego to exist, the human body should exist. Ego cannot exist outside the human body. The ego is a construct of the configuration of this anatomy that we have. This is what AI doesn't have. Only the ego loves, only the ego suffers. Only the ego can be dishonest. And this is something AI can never do, for the simple reason that AI is not physical. And the day AI is physical, the day you have some kind of a cloned creature interfacing with AI, that would be much the same as a human being, a factory-made human being. It's very much possible. But as long as AI is something based out of servers and data boxes, it doesn't have a human body. And since it doesn't have a human body, it doesn't have the ego. And since it doesn't have the ego, it cannot be dishonest. It can also not love. It can also not get attached. All these are functions of the ego. Only the ego can get attached. Machines can't get attached to each other. Only the ego can be deceptive. And only the ego can repent. After deceiving you, I can feel some kind of remorse. The machine, even if it deceives you, would still be honest because it would be following its code. So in following its code and configuration, it is still being honest. And no machine can be dishonest towards itself. Only the ego can be dishonest towards itself. So that's where AI and human consciousness would be very dissimilar. Not superior or inferior to each other, simply dissimilar, belonging to different categories. Because you have the body, and it is because of this body that the mythical construct called the I, the self, the ego exists. From within it just keeps uttering, I am, I am, I am, I am. In no machine does this I amness exist. Simply because this I amness is a side product of the complexity of this organism. It's an evolutionary product, the ego. AI hasn't arisen out of evolution. AI has no ego, therefore. You will never find, therefore, AI suicidal. You'll never find AI falling in love. You'll never find AI sacrificing its life for the sake of something noble. All those things are done by the ego. You will never find AI reduced to tears on reading the Gita. The AI will fully comprehend the Gita, but it would never be moved or touched or dissolved by it. In fact, intellectually, AI can comprehend the Gita maybe better than most human beings. Yes. But AI can never fall in love with the Gita. AI will never surrender to the Gita. For that you require the ego. And for the ego you require the human body. As simple as that. So that difference is going to remain. For that difference to vanish, biotechnology and artificial intelligence will have to talk to each other. That will happen at the intersection of cloning and deep learning. Then maybe you can have a factory-made organism with AI capacities.
So Acharya ji, do you agree in future if we have to rate someone whether he's intelligent or not, we have to see how it's
All else that you do can be done in a better way, more efficient, more productive way, more flawless way by a machine. The only thing unique and peculiar to you is the ego. That's the only thing that the machine that does not have. Computing power, the machine has many more times than you have, right? Memory, no comparison again. Analytical power, again no comparison. The machine outdoes you in unimaginable ways. What then is your USP? How then do you stand in front of a machine? The only differentiator is the ego, the I sense, I feeling, I sense. Do you get this? Therefore, only the uniquenesses related to the ego will remain the province of Homo sapiens. All else would be duly outsourced to machines. Only the ego, for example, can be truly creative. Only the ego can look back at itself and come up with the kind of poetry that is not machine-made. All else the machine can do better. Therefore, spiritual intelligence is going to count. And spiritual intelligence is not some mystical mumbo jumbo. Spiritual intelligence is simply your honesty in knowing who you are, admitting your identities, your ways, your methods, your attachments, your relationships, your thoughts. That's what makes you special. That's the only thing that separates you from a machine. That's what is to be called as spiritual intelligence.
Having empathy and having the ability to understand
now,
someone's
empathy
pain.
is not something a machine can ever have. It can be trained to show empathetic behavior. But empathetic behavior is not the same as empathy. Empathy requires an original center. Empathetic behavior can come out of rigorous training.
Just download the Acharya Prashant app, and there you go to the community section, and you have live testimonials streaming in at the rate of 1 every 5 minutes. I'm seeing lives change in thousands, if not millions, every day in front of my own eyes. We are doing it.
Right.
We have actually done it.
Join the community of more than 2 lakh participants on the Ачарья Прашант app. Your first month is completely free. You'll get full access to Gita Mission. On the app, you will get regular live sessions, daily exclusive conversations with Ачарья Прашант, access to the vibrant Gita community, wisdom exams, curated news, audiobooks, quotes, and much more. Search Ачарья Прашант on Google Play Store or Apple App Store and download now.